Aloha! You're watching Andrea with Andrea Bites, and today we're gonna make ah-goo-duk. This is a really popular dish in Alaska, especially for you big Alaskan people. This directly translates to like mix them together. So this dish we're gonna be mixing with our hands. A little bit about this dish, it traditionally has like animal fat, sugar, berries, and white fish. Every family does it a little different and the ingredients vary, and I'm going to be sharing my grandma's recipe today. We're going to be making this recipe from start to finish. So we usually use sheefish. This is a cut of halibut from the store. I heard it's very similar. I'm here in Oregon. I don't have access to sheefish. But we're going to put this on the stove and boil it for about 10 to 15 minutes. To give you a little bit more info about it while the fish is boiling, this dish has provided like warmth, energy to like hunters and people back in the day. We still use this dish now, and we use it at celebrations, birthdays, graduations, potlatches, or just whenever you want to make it. It's a really nostalgic dish, and I'm really excited to share it. It's done boiling. This was on for about 10 to 15 minutes. I like to break it apart and let it cool. We're going to be handling it with our hands here soon. We are going to squeeze all that water out. We want the fish as dry as possible. See how much water is coming out? This is what it looks like. You're gonna wanna keep squeezing. Here's what the fish is looking like. You're going to sort through it with your hands. So you're looking for extra bones, so you wanna kind of rub this fish between your fingers, search for bones, and get out any extra moisture. Okay, I add like a drop of oil and then a cup and a half of Crisco. You really want to whip this with your hands. This until it's fluffy. I grew up, we would sit on the floor because you have a better angle for the bowl. And we'd have like young kids with their grandmas or aunties, and they'd learn how to make ah-goo-duk, and we'd make ah-goo-duk for big occasions when a lot of family was coming over. I've mixed it probably for about 3 minutes. We just really want to whip it. We're about to add a cup of sugar now. Adding in our sugar. Ah-goo-duk's a really personal dish to me because growing up, I would tell people like what this dish was, and people would say like, oh, that's so gross. Or I even saw on the internet a content creator had made this and was like, the grossest foods in each state. And it really bums me out because how is my traditional food disgusting? And so I think if we have more of an open mind and we learn the importance of dishes and ingredients, it could make a big difference for a lot of us. That's why I'm really excited to share these with you, because it's kind of what keeps our culture alive and how we learn about ourselves, our culture, and just like the climate that we grew up in. This is starting to look like cream or Cool Whip. That's the consistency we want. We want to make sure we can get it as fluffy as we can before we add the fish in. Okay, so now that we're at that like whipped cream texture, we're going to be adding our fish. I added a half a cup of fish in here. The fish actually makes this recipe more fluffy, which I think is super interesting. What the fish does is it really adds texture to this and soaks up some of that oil that you might feel in your mouth. We're about to add our berries. I'm going to use some blueberries in this recipe. I have a little raspberry, so I'm just going to add them in. I don't have any berries from Alaska at this moment. I gave this another good mix. I let a few of the berries pop. So as you can see, we have ah-goo-duk. I'm going to put this in the fridge and we'll come back and try it. Final product. This is about how much it made. I've never had raspberries in ah-goo-duk before, but this is so good. We traditionally use like Alaskan blueberries, blackberries, salmon berries, but all I had was blue and raspberries here. But this is great. I hope you learned something, and thanks for watching.